MuseScore is one of my favorite pieces of software that I use for instructional guitar content and lessons. I use it all the time, and while it's a lovely tool that caters to musicians of all kinds, it's also great for guitarists because it allows us to write out sheet music, chord charts, and tabs. The best part is that this software is completely free to use. MuseScore has just come out with an exciting new update in MuseScore 4.5, which must be a pretty big deal since they've adopted an entirely new logo. This update features a brand new option for inputting notes into your projects by duration, and it's looking like this can be a real game changer for efficiency and productivity. However, I quickly found that there are some considerations that guitarists will want to be aware of when navigating this new feature, especially if they plan to use it with tablature. In this lesson, I'm going to show you an efficient way to take advantage of the new version of this awesome free tool. And stay tuned because I've got an extra free bonus that I'll be giving away later on in this lesson, and you're not going to want to miss out on that. So let's get ready to rock and see what the new MuseScore update has to offer for guitarists. So if you're a guitarist who's serious about stepping up your guitar game, I do have something to give away just for you right now, and it's my Guitar Gains cheat sheet, and it's a completely free tool designed to help you level up your skills. It's got my best scientifically based hacks to help you make consistent progress, eliminate poor practice habits like practicing in waves, and it even includes a customizable goal setting template to help you figure out your next guitar goal and absolutely crush it. Just click the link in the description or go to zachsharguitar.com and download this awesome free resource. So let's dive into a brand new MuseScore project and see what exactly this new feature looks like. So our attention for this is pretty much going to be focused on the top left corner of our screen when you're in the program. Specifically, this new feature is focused on this little icon right here, and that is the input by duration feature. So what this does is it allows us to use keyboard shortcuts with numbers that correspond to different note values, and that you can also see at the top left just to the right of that input by duration icon. So for example, if we have this toggled, you'll notice that the input above the staff changes. And so with that, these little icons over here, we got 64th notes all the way up to whole notes, etc. And instead of clicking these as you need them to appear in your project, all you do is use the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to add your notes. So you can add anything from a 64th note being the keyboard shortcut 1. You can add a 32nd note by using the keyboard shortcut 2. You can add a 16th note by hitting the number 3, an 8th note by hitting the number 4, a quarter note by hitting the number 5, half note by hitting 6, and then whole note by hitting 7. So let's see here. I'm going to put this to the test. I want to start out with a quarter note, so I'm just going to use my vertical arrow keys to place the note where I want it to be on the staff. So I'm going to hit an E note here. So I'm going to hit a number 5 for a quarter note. Boom. All right. Now I want to add some 8th notes. I want to hit that F note. So I'm going to hit my 4 key twice because I want 2 8th notes. And as you do this, once you hit a number, it automatically takes you to the right to add another note. And just for fun, if you wanted to add a dotted note, like for example, if you wanted a dotted quarter note, all you would do is press the number 5, and what makes your note value dotted is by hitting the dot on your keyboard, the period key. So you press and hold the period, and then you hit the number you want to dot. In this case, again, I want to use a dotted quarter note. So I'm going to hit the period button. While holding that, I'm going to press the number 5. So historically, what we would do for this is we'd go to our little pencil icon and go to input by note name. And then you would just click where on the staff you wanted your notes to be. And of course, if you wanted to change the note value, you would click over here on what note value you want to use. So if you want to throw in some 16th notes, you would just click the 16th note icon and then add it. And the whole input by duration thing is pretty good in theory because it makes the process a lot smoother for us, because instead of clicking back and forth across a pretty sizable distance on the computer screen, we can now just use keyboard shortcuts to save ourselves some time once we're familiar with how to do it. But this is all assuming that you're a rare guitarist who's writing in standard notation, which leads us to a slight issue for us to overcome. But let's face it, most guitarists use tabs. We can just say it out loud. So the process is quite a bit different with the keyboard shortcuts when we want to use tabs. And so tab input, if you want that process to be efficient, it'll depend on using the numbers on your keyboard, with each number corresponding to a fret position that you want to use for a target note. But the problem with this, with the whole new update thing, is that the keyboard shortcut for the tab cannot be used for two different things simultaneously. If you try the new input by duration mode with the tab, the numbers you press on your keyboard will correspond with frets instead of note values. So you can see that for yourself. I'm going to go to input by duration. I'm going to click on a note here. I'm going to go to the next note, and I'm going to try to hit an eighth note by pressing the number 4. But it just remains to be a quarter note, and it adds that number 4 input from my keyboard to represent the 4th fret right there, which happens to be on the low E string of our tab. So let's get rid of this, and I'll show you the workaround for it. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our pencil and make sure we're on input by note name. And I'm just going to click the first note here. And then I'm going to use my keyboard shortcuts for the rest of this. So what I'm going to do is use my vertical arrow keys right here. And I'm going to use that to stack a chord before I go to the next part. So now I'm going to use my right arrow key to go to the right. And from here, I already want to change the note value. So what I do, it's pretty much the same process we discussed in the beginning of this lesson, but when I hit the note value I want that will correspond up here with the 8th note, so that would be number 4, all I have to do is hold shift, then press number 4. So now I'm set for 8th notes. And if I change my mind, which I think I'm actually going to do this instead, I want to change that to some 16th notes. So I'm going to press shift, then 3. And now I'm set. I could just add the fret position that I want by just using my number keys. So in this case, I just want to use the open low E string. Now I want to go back to quarter notes. So I'm going to press shift 5 because that corresponds left to right to a quarter note up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can make my chord just by using my number keys and my arrow keys because I'm making a chord. Now I'm going to continue with this. I'm going to go back to some 16th notes. So I'm going to press shift 3, add some 16th notes. Now I'm going to go back to quarter notes, shift 5. Make my chord, go back to 16th notes. I'm going to press shift 3. And I'm making sure that I'm holding the shift key as I'm pressing the button to change the note value. And here's a little bonus tip for you, because what if you want to add a rest by using the keyboard shortcuts? Well, once you're lined up where you want to be in the measure, what you're going to do is you're actually going to press the N key, and that'll temporarily disable the input by note name mode. And from there, you'll want to identify the number at that top left part of your MuseScore display that corresponds with the note value of the rest that you want to use. So in this case, I want to use an 8th note rest. So what I'm gonna do is hold the number 4, and as I'm holding that, I'm gonna press the number 0. And there you go. You are set to continue your project by using the same process. Let's take a quick listen to our quick and dirty little composition we made just by using keyboard shortcuts. Overall, I am glad that MuseScore made this option available to us. I've always loved that you can use your keyboard to quickly add notes to tablature for at least almost every aspect of writing. Prior to the latest update, I did find that using my mouse to click on each new note value to be kind of tedious, and I believe that once you get used to using your keyboard shortcuts, your writing sessions will go by a lot quicker. The best parts of MuseScore are that it's free and it gets the job done. On top of that, if you're looking for a quick and free tool designed to optimize your guitar skills, don't forget to download my free guitar gains cheat sheet if you have not done so already. It gives you my best tips on how to make consistent progress, conquer any guitar goal, and eliminate poor practice habits like practicing in waves. So just click the link in the description or go to ZachShawGuitar.com and download this awesome free resource. I'm Zach with Zach Shaw Guitar. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless.